The 100-meter dash next up here in NCAA Division II Track and Field Championship competition. The American record 9.95. The Division II record an even 10. So some marks to shoot at here in the 100-meter men's competition. And Larry Rawson, who are some of the folks we could look for in this competition?
Well, keep an eye. Again, the center of the track usually is the place you find the fastest because they are given that choice of a location because of their fastest time in qualifying. That's true for 100 meters right up to 400 meters. And these runners, in getting the center of the track, have a better opportunity to be able to monitor where everybody is around them. You don't want to try and win from the outside lane, as Hazley Crawford was able to do up in the Montreal Olympics in 1976, running against the wall. It's not the right position to start from. And the center of the track is where Darrell Green will be, the outstanding young junior from Texas A&I, who's run 10 and 24 100ths of a second this year, has run 10:17, all-time best legal automatic timing. But Green is kind of an interesting story this year and may make his presence felt later on as we move into the latter stages of June in our national championships, if he chooses to run there, and maybe in Europe. But the man obviously has talent. He never ran his freshman year in college.
So Darrell Green, one of the young men we should keep an eye on in this event. Here are the lane assignments. In lane 1, William Davis from Angelo State,
the 1981 national junior champion.
Lucky Smith in lane 2 from Cal State at Los Angeles.
Lucky's been lucky enough to run 10 and 51 100ths of a second this year.
And from Cal State, Hayward. Oh, excuse me, we move over to lane 4, Cal State, Los Angeles. This is Greg Holmes in lane 4.
I think he has a chance to take second or third, maybe an outside chance to win it. Greg Holmes from Cal State, LA.
All right, we'll keep an eye on him. Then we go to lane 5, Darrell Green, Texas A&I, the young man you spoke of earlier.
The young defensive back, we'll see a lot of him.
And in lane 6, Albert Lawrence from Abilene Christian.
He's run 10-2 hand timing, which you don't get very often these days, and that makes him kind of an interesting dark horse here.
In lane number 7 from Angelo State is Ernest Pennington. Ernest Pennington from Angelo State. So he joins teammate William Davis from Angelo in this event. And in lane number 8 from Troy State, one of the few times we've seen Troy State in this event, Stanley Garrett. So that is your lane setup in the 100-meter competition. And would you expect this to be as close as some of the other competition we've had, Larry? Or there is Stanley Garrett from Troy State.
Got to give Troy State their due here.
Right.
You make it here, you deserve to get a shot back home with the folks. I think it will be Darrell. He comes out of the blocks well. He's got quick acceleration. He runs very well. All phases of his race are quite strong.
Well, we'll keep a special eye on Darrell Green from Texas A&I, and as you watch at home, you can follow along with us.
Wendell McNeil in lane 3 has been scratched. That's why we jumped right over, showed you Greg Holmes before in lane 4. He is not in the competition.
All right, they're in the blocks.
The breeze right now coming from left across their bodies to right. It should not be a major factor.
Darrell Green in lane 5, the man to watch. And we have had already in this meet some disqualifications for false starts. So very important to hold that position.
Guns up.
There they go. They're out of the blocks. Darrell Green in second place right now, getting stiff competition from Greg Holmes. Now here comes Green at the finish line. Holmes and Green. Green, I believe, will get the tape by about 2 feet over Greg Holmes of Cal State from Los Angeles. Very tight finish, but it appeared that Darrell Green of Texas A&I got the tape.
That was interesting. I think we're going to be able to point out some interesting things to you in the last probably 20 yards of that replay that you don't often see. Darrell Green, a man with a future.
Larry, he did not have the lead out of the blocks.
No. Out of the blocks first came Albert Lawrence to his right, and over to his left, Greg Holmes. Now watch him lift in here. He's beginning to build a bit of a lead. Now watch carefully as Holmes starts moving on him right about here. Green just starts pumping the arms and leaning at the tape. See the grit of the teeth. He sensed Holmes coming on him and even lifted more.
He actually, as you watch it, again, he almost appeared to dip his left shoulder forward to try to get it over that tape.
Watch them come down at you.
William Davis in lane 1 got out well, but then fell back.
I wouldn't want to try and get away from these guys.
It boiled down to Greg Holmes and Darrell Green. Holmes right on Green's left. And there you saw the finish. And there is a happy young man with the NCAA Division II 100-meter championship, Darrell Green of Texas A&I, the winner of the 100-meter event here in Sacramento. And you say he has just begun to run track.
Well, it's been only 2 years in college. He laid out his freshman year and just decided to concentrate on other things, including football. He's run 45 and 6/10 of a second on a relay. And when you've got speed like he's got, you can be better at the 400 meters than even 45.6.
Well, as just a sophomore, he's going to be nice to have around for a while. And we'll have more of our NCAA Division II track and field championships coming up for you when we return to California and the Sacramento, California area.